Alright, take two on the Sabres 3-2 shootout victory over Ottawa. It was obviously a close game since it went through overtime into the shootout and into later rounds of the shootout, but there was a pretty big talent disparity in the teams, I thought. It looked like Ottawa's entire game plan was, I think in soccer they would call it pressing. They basically wanted a guy on every Sabre at all times, as much as possible, and especially in the neutral zone. And that led to a hideous first period. Shots were 7-6. Seemed like the puck was in the neutral zone 90% of the time. And nobody was making clean passes because they were being hounded. And it's pretty clear in that style of play that the team that uses it is lacking in talent and trying to make up for it in hustle. And I'll give Ottawa credit. They did a pretty good job of doing that. But I think ultimately we saw they just ran out of energy. You can't really live on just playing a straight-up Matt Ellis game too many nights in a row. And the Sabres outshot the Senators 10-3 in the third period and 2-1 in overtime, and ultimately prevailed with their deeper talent. Outside of that, I don't have a whole lot to say. When you see one of the best teams in the East playing one of the worst teams in the East, I think that's kind of how it goes. Just a couple things. Chris Neil, I don't know what kind of injury he's hiding, but I think that he is nursing something that he can't stand up for himself at all. Won't ever drop the glove with anybody. I've seen him hiding behind a linesman more times than I've seen him fight. I'm not sure I've actually ever seen him fight a guy out of the blue. It seems that in the past, most of the times he's fought, it's been him and like Andrew Peters going in a staged fight. Just weird. Not really deserving of an enforcer label. More of a Coletta type player. Just real weird. Player safety. I know that the NHL is getting a lot of publicity for supposedly attacking player safety, trying to bolster player safety here with Shanahan's videos and the increased rules on headshots, but it looks like a bit of a puppet show or some other fancy little figure of speech that means that there's more show than substance there. At one point, Drew Stafford had his helmet knocked off, and I think that if you really care about player safety and a guy gets a helmet knocked off, you blow the whistle. There's not really any reason to let play continue because of that. And if it starts to be an issue with guys' helmets popping off all the time, then you start handing out equipment violation penalties, and just nip that in the bud. And also, if the NHL really wanted to combat player safety, they would take a real good long look at what goes on in front of the net. And it's not just Vanek that's getting killed. It's anybody that wants to stand in front of the net. That's just, they're getting destroyed. Tyler Myers is as guilty as any defenseman of just cross-checking the shit out of somebody that wants to stand in front of the net. And it's a part of the game, like headshots, that probably should be phased out. If you want to get a body on a guy and move him, that's fine, but let's stay away from the stick work. Alright, done with all that. I'll get to the 3 stars, 3 black holes. And I really haven't had time to think about this too much, so this is kind of going to be off the cuff here. Third star, I am going to give to... not going to give it to anybody in the top line because I really didn't think they played all that great. I will give the third star to Nathan Gerbe. Had an assist tonight and really did the bulk of the work on Leopold's goal. Just a good effort by Gerbe, and almost had the winner in the shootout to boot. Second star, I'm going to give to... I'm gonna split this a couple ways. I'll give it to Andre Sekera again for just being solid throughout the year. Give it to Jordan Leopold again, just being solid throughout the year. Had a goal tonight too, just Johnny on the spot, knocked the puck out of midair. Ville Leino, who had probably his best game of the season, building on a great game last night, and I'll throw some love to Paul Gausted as well, and give him a portion of that. And the first star is an easy one. It's Derek Roy. 1 goal, 2 if you have the shootout goal. Game winner, just always seems to play real well in Ottawa, and it would appear that he led all forwards in ice time as well. 21 minutes for Roy. Yep. Not too good at the face-off dot, but we will look beyond that for now. 3 black holes. Third black hole I will give to I'll give it to Luke Adam, who had another game where he was just kind of okay. He's young, and that's going to happen, especially if he's going to play on the top line and go up against the kind of talent that he faces doing so. Second black hole I'm going to give to really not a whole lot of choices for this. I'll give it to Drew Stafford, really for no other reason than he was -1, and I kind of got to fill somebody in there on the way to the first black hole, who is going to go to Tyler Myers, and some good, some bad. Thought he turned a corner with probably his best game of the year last night, and I think took a step back again tonight. Ottawa's second goal, just played it horribly, just awful. Go back and watch that replay. He might as well have not even been there. Just terrible. But he played 24 minutes, and the team only gave up 2 goals. So, yeah, whatever. Team won. Good enough, I guess. See you on Tuesday in the building. Awesome.